already. Yeah, it's for real now.
Fun tournament. This will always be my first tournament of the year. Thank you guys for being awesome.
It's an honor and a pleasure to start our season once again, our 7th as a production team, back here at the Savannah Open, presented and sponsored by Gravity Disc Golf. Back for this beautiful PDGA Beat here commentary team once again, joining you in the booth, Felix Vega, joined by
Conrad Norwood.
A big thank you to Infinite Disc for being the coverage sponsor of this event to kick off our season. Conrad, we're back where we are familiar, back at Tom Triplett for this first event.
Yeah, this first event is always a good one to be at. We're at Tom Triplett, where we love this park. We actually returned from it being off of this event last year. First up, we have returning champion Isaac Robinson. Not only is he defending his title here at this event, but he's also the 2-time world champion as well. We also have Grady Shue. He played in this event as well last year, came in 3rd. Love seeing him throw and putt.
Couple of new faces to the channel. Peter Van Brussel, a local to this area. Fancy with the juggling to start things off. Good way to warm up here. Be exciting to see his game. And a local to our area, to the Walton Club, Tony Brackett here. 2024 Idlewild MA1 winner. And we're going to kick things off here at Tom Triplett Gold. Hole 1, 319 feet. A tight fairway to navigate here through this tree line. Relatively straight shot with just a subtle right-hand turn at the end. Really, a straight shot gets you the look at the putt. You're going to have some ground play coming in here with some roots. But they do a great job of clearing out this green of all the leaves and giving you the ability to actually find your disc and not lose it, because there are millions of leaves out here.
First in the box, we have Isaac Robinson. Woo!
Today was a little chilly, but it's kind of what you expect here in January in Savannah. And Isaac put that one on the right line, but it kind of lands and slides a little early. He'll have a outside the circle look there.
Yeah, you're going to be seeing Isaac throwing a lot of that disc. That is the newer Cenis mold from latitude 64. Grady Shue going up the gut and not quite turning it enough there to clear the gap.
Third, we got Peter Van Brussel.
Peter, who could double as a stuntman for Chris Clemens. Stepping up here and getting the early kick as well, getting back over to the left towards 18's fairway.
Little kick he added there was not the kick that he wanted.
Mm-hmm. Same tree.
Tony taking a straight line here at it. Disc is drifting off to the left a bit, and he's going to leave him just outside the circle. But he'll have a clean putt looking back at it. Save his par.
And Tony's a strong putter. I would expect him to be able to capitalize and get up and down here. This is a jawbreaker zone for Grady. A Page Shue jawbreaker zone.
He didn't like it.
Yeah, it's fading out a bit early towards the road.
But it made its way through everything without hitting a tree. That's going to give him a look.
Peter's got a gap from being, like we said, it's pretty much on hole 18 at this point, but kicks back over and just about circles edge there.
Mm-hmm.
Funny, this is to save his par.
Ooh.
Little splash.
Left side change a little high.
And Isaac Robinson with his first official birdie as a member of Latitude 64. And you saw it here first.
Ooh, Peter off to the left as well a little bit. There's Grady's putt, having to strut around the tree, but still finding the chains and the basket.
Grady once again putting with the Alpacas this year, a familiar sight over the last couple seasons for him. Unfortunately, a couple of bogeys to round out the card there.
Yep. So here we go, hole number 2. It is a par 4 coming in at 506 feet. The first goal is to get through this tunnel of trees without going left or right, trying to make it over this bridge. Once you're over the bridge, you're kind of in a more safe area to approach from. You won't get all the way to the basket, but you'll have a line that you'll be able to either do a forehand or a backhand to get inside the circle. The tree is protected by a little canopy, and you do have some ground play and roots to consider as well. And Isaac finds one of the first available trees and gets kicked over to the right.
Yeah, that looked to be his
so
Explorer.
He'll have to do a little bit of scrambling there.
Interesting to see this hole is playing 0.19 below par. Hole 1 actually played 0.19 above par. So these two kind of flip-flopping in terms of difficulty.
Oh, that is beautiful flip up there.
Get past the bridge.
Over the bridge, and that's all you can really ask for.
Really, yeah. It's going to give him a couple options to try to attack the pin from there to get his birdie look.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, straight down, right behind the blue pad there, which they will be utilizing in round 2. So 2 rounds taking place here at Tom Triplet. They play the gold layout followed by the blue layout, 2 rounds in one day, and then the Savannah Harbor will be the place for the final full 18, where they play the long layout on that one as well.
And also they'll be following that up with a final 6.
Correct, a tradition at this event. Isaac trying to filter through.
And he does. Almost.
Mostly.
He hits one tree. He makes it 90% of the way there. He still has a little work to do for an upshot there. Tony threw a shot. It cleared a lot of trees and just hit one little branch that deflected it and ended up kind of not out of position, but without the deflection, he would have had a better shot. Grady also hitting the tree and getting kicked off. The first half of, well, I was going to say the first half of this course is like this, but there's a lot of holes like this. Ooh, where you just have to really pure the gap in the course is what it's supposed to be. If you hit a tree, you're going to end up having to scramble, and that's where it really makes a difference in scoring here.
Absolutely beautiful touch there on that approach. And if I recall correctly, back in 2023, this hole actually played as a par 3, and they changed it to a par 4 for this year.
Grady with a nice smooth forehand approach there. Should leave him with a putt. He may have to straddle again, but he's proven that to make those just one hole ago.
Mm-hmm. Isaac, a long bid. Comes up.
Yeah, I think that canopy kind of having to fight it, having to make something work, can throw off the putt just a bit. And talking about the canopy, it touched Tony's disc there as well.
It did. You're going to see here from this angle here, the basket has seen better days. Unfortunately, during Hurricane Helene, during the cleanup process, some of the machinery got a little too close to this basket and hole 18's basket and damaged it. And they weren't able to replace this one without possibly affecting the sleeve and not being able to put another basket in there. So hole 18's basket was replaced, but this one, unfortunately, not able to be changed in time.
Well, actually, hole 18's basket was not only replaced, but also relocated as well.
Yes, you'll see that. A bit of a change from previous years.
Hello. Hi. Sorry to interrupt that coverage of the, what's it, Isaac Robinson Open? What's it called? That's the only reason y'all are watching, right? Just to see what he's throwing, how well he throws it. Shout out Latitude. Shout out Jonathan. Oh, Savannah Open. Yeah, Savannah Open. We'll get right back to that in a second. I just wanted to tell you about infinite discs. Well, I mean, I didn't tell you about it. You already know about it. But I just wanted to remind you about it, I guess. There's 80,000 discs. I got a picture of every one. So I'm guessing they probably even have the stuff Isaac's throwing. Go buy your next disc from there, please. Thanks.
Again, a very big thank you to Infinite Disc for presenting this coverage here. Back to it, hole 3, par 3, 182 feet. This is a shorty with a lot of teeth, basically straight shot, a little bit of baby hyzer. Even a touch forehand can get your discs down to a look for the birdie. But any gap that you pick, you're gonna have to throw a precise shot. This one can be very punishing for such a short hole.
You'll take that every day. Like you said, it's a short hole, but you could easily end up getting kicked out of position and not really having a clean look at the basket. We saw Isaac forehand last time he played here as well.
Yeah, it just kind of takes some of the danger on the right side out. This is a beautiful flexing shot here for Grady.
Oh, yeah. Takes a lot of touch to get that right.
That's a faster disc he's throwing too. That would be possibly a Firebird. Tony getting a bad kick off and to the right. A little bit of nerves here for Tony showing the first couple holes.
See if he can find a way back to the green. He does. That leaves him with the putt to save the par.
That will do. Isaac, a long look here for his birdie. A little low. Isaac putting with the crown so far. He did let me in on some key information. Great birdie there for Peter. That he will be switching to the peak from latitude 64. They're working on a zero medium blend. It's possibly swirly. We'll have to keep an eye out for that. And he believes those are going to be his permanent putters for the rest of this year. But for now, he's working out with the crown. Good par scramble there for Tony.
And Isaac typing in his par as well.
A little weird foot placement there. Had front, left foot forward, right foot back, kind of a modified straddle.
Here we go. One of the signature holes here, playing out over the water. It's a par 5. Hole number 4. Yeah, that's right. Coming in at 519 feet. You want to get across the water first, making sure that you don't go OB in the water or OB long. This is basically a long peninsula of inbounds surrounded by nothing but OB. You want to work your way up till you get to the green here, and you have a bowl and an elevated basket. There's a lot going on there. And if you've seen previous coverage, you've seen that the trees that were on the left of the basket kind of guarded the green from wind. Well, that is no longer there, so the wind is definitely a factor.
Always a factor on this hole. Sit down.
That holds on.
Does.
And stays in bounds.
See the flag.
You'll have some options there.
Grady going Emperor.
Grady put a move on that.
Yeah.
He has to be careful about not going OB long. And there is no downside to that drive except for the slope.
Isaac going with his Orbit Glory, which he has been throwing a lot, getting very comfortable with that disc.
Oh yeah, that's primo.
He said it's filling a slot that he didn't realize he didn't have before. Tony again not able to clear the gap, and now he's got to pitch across.
Wow. Okay.
Well, more than a pitch, he's got a rip one across, and it
Yeah.
just settles in safe.
And that was from a standstill. I didn't know if he was going to pitch out to go across or if he was going to find a lane, but he found a lane. So
There were talks about
good recovery there.
Yeah, they were talking about, the TD staff was saying, should they make everything before the bridge out of bounds to basically force you to go across, because there were instances a couple years ago where people pitched out of the gap and then threw across.
Yeah, I do remember that.
I think the hole's punitive enough as it is. Tony, this is very high.
That's a little high. Yeah, and it's not going to find ground.
Unfortunately, that is out of bounds. Isaac with his second shot here, being pretty prime position. That's fading fast too on this slope.
Ooh, you on that slope, and the spotter is calling that safe.
Okay. He doesn't believe it. I may not believe it either. We'll have to see when we get up there and have the group actually look at it.
This is one where there's flags, not a painted line,
Yeah.
because of where the flags are. So ultimately, it'll be up to the card. Grody gets that's a weird roll behind the sign there. He's going to have to navigate some equipment there, but that is in play on the course.
He was there a couple years ago from that exact same spot. Tony, oh no.
Oh, okay. Well, that flipped up. So there is a little peninsula that he found by the green.
I can see. Look at his eyes. Things are not quite going to plan here for Tony to start off this Savannah Open for him. See if this can skip down into the bowl and then hold on.
Outside the circle. That's a look.
Yep.
My instinct would say.
So you kind of have to look at the two flags that it's between and
I walked
and draw a line, since there isn't a line there, but
Yeah.
looks like the card is ruled that is OB.
Yeah, ultimately they kind of pinned the two flags together to try to form a line. And that's an unfortunate roll off of the base there for Isaac, as he was
Yeah.
right on it.
I'm betting that's where he expects to be too, right under the basket or close to the thing, not that far off.
Yeah. Forehand approach for Grady. That looks to be about 20 feet or so. Grady's like seemingly always in a good mood.
Ooh, touches metal.
Good bid there.
He's trying to recover there.
Spider-Man mini. Peter with his look for the birdie just outside the circle, a little left. And Isaac
Oh, wow. Went around you.
literally circled me. Oh, no. No. That, unfortunately, that's going to be a double, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of those putts that you really just don't understand how it didn't stay in. Like, it did too much not to stay in.
And that's going to put Isaac above par, 1 over so far. Grady, on the other hand, collecting another birdie here to bring him 2 down so far through these first 4 holes. And birdie on here, you're getting strokes on, folks. This one playing .22 above par, so giving some issues to the players here. Double for Tony as well after the OB. Hole 5, this par 3 comes in at 380 feet. You have the out of bounds road on your right hand side that kind of wraps around the back of the green as well. You see this kind of marshy area down the right side. That pretty much continues throughout the entirety of this hole. And that makes footing very interesting as you get down towards the green. You have the left side here, which is not OB, but if you get inside of those woods, it's almost unnatural. It'll be very hard to get back out. Pretty much a stock hyzer for these guys, but controlling the end of the flight here is what leads to the birdie or the par or worse.
Yeah, because you see it's behind the mound, so how you approach that mound or how you finish on that mound makes a world of difference.
Sit down.
Like that, Grady
Ooh.
didn't hit the mound. He kind of slid down it, so he didn't get any stopping until he got to the wood line.
Yeah, and those trees kept him just outside of that wood line. Subtle flip up here, but is fading towards that left side wood line, and that one bounces in.
Oh, yeah. So let's see if anybody holds it to the right just a little bit longer.
Like that. Explorer
Yeah,
out of the
they
hand
should.
for Isaac. And nearly, at least from the tee, it looked like it was going in. It looked to be about 10 feet short of actually going in.
Tony going a little flip here. Hyzer flip, flipping it over. See if he lands on that side. Oh, good ground play there.
Okay.
Slightly awkward footing.
Yeah, I think he's close enough now, though. It's not really going to make too much of a difference.
Yeah. Oh, Peter has a look from behind there.
Does.
Ooh.
Touch low.
Just didn't. Yep. Grady with another straddle here.
He is just outside the circle.
No, he didn't like it out of his hand.
Yeah. A little right.
Yep. I'm laughing internally at the little latitude ad there. Good birdie by Isaac. It had a quote and it didn't say it random disc golfer. Like that was the person who said so there's a lot of stuff that you could put. You just put random disc golfer.
Oh, yeah. We've heard most of it. From random disc golfers. Tony getting the first birdie of the day. Good to get the monkey off the back here. Grady now having to navigate this.
The marsh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. Okay.
There you go.
One behind it. Awkward. In.
Oh, I'm so glad it went in.
Yeah. This is every year. There's always some type of weather
Yeah.
at this event, and this hole looks like this every year.
Yeah.
Can you try to hit the bar?
The
thing?
crossbar?
Yeah?
I'll try.
No way!
First try.
That was great.
Thank you.
Man, that was great. All right. Hole 6 is a par 4 coming in at 558 feet. You got this OB road along the right side. There's really no OB on the left until you get to the cart path, but hopefully that never comes into play. You have this mound that you want to land on because the basket is perched atop of it. If you're off to the sides, it makes the approach just a little bit harder, and the approach is hard enough because if you go long of the basket, there is a slope that goes down and makes putting a little bit more difficult coming back.
Big hyzer for Isaac. Gonna play the slope here. That's one of his rives.
So he'll be paying from one side of the mound, trying to get to the top and then not go over the other side. Looks like Tony's going to be in the same general area, just a little further back.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you want to be on the right side of the mound, but you just know that brings in the OB when you're trying to get there off the tee.
Yeah. It forces you to ride
Grady.
that OB on the right quite a bit. This Emperor from Grady gonna almost stay up on the top of the spine.
Mm-hmm. Got slightly concerned when I saw it rolling, but it's settled. And this right here is going to skip and should stay on the top.
Curling up.
Yeah.
preferable footing here. This isn't bad where Tony is. He's relatively flat-footed here. Just has to deal with the slope and the angle coming back. Oh, and he's let that go a little early. That's going to finish left.
Yeah. A little early, a little high.
Yeah, wanted that a little wider, I'm sure, to the right. Peter having the advantage where he can see the target from where he is and can play the slope and the natural fade of the disc. A little deep, though.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was going to curl up closer to the basket, but it kind of like slid down the back.
Yeah. Isaac with that Cenis once again. Putting himself left of target, but inside the circle.
Grady with a nice touch forehand here. Leading himself up top with a slight death putt, but close enough that for Grady, there's no thought of death in that.
No. Tony with a long look.
Ooh.
Good run at it.
Yeah.
Just a little right, little low. Isaac for the birdie. Right side drops it in.
Shane's doing their job. Yep. Tony putt's a little nerve-wracking because if he doesn't hit metal, he's going to be looking at a putt like Peter's looking at now.
Mm-hmm. Solid.
Oh, it's no problem for Peter.
Very good putt. You can easily ping pong back and forth on this basket and just really mess up your round. Solid stroke there for Grady as always, centering it.
And Tony settling for a par.
Brings us to hole 7, par 4, 427 feet. A left to right moving shot. You've got this out of bounds road here that you need to cross over in order to be inbounds. Your second shot then takes almost a 90-degree turn here, heading down the rest of this fairway with trees lining both the left and right hand side. A little bit of danger on the end here as this kind of ditch here usually catches your approach if you go long, but there is out of bounds behind this basket to concern yourself with as well.
And technically with this hole, there are 2 fairways from the long pass. This is the most logical fairway to go down, but there is also another fairway by where the blue tee pad starts.
That was right at you. Grady opting for the forehand and a little early.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be in some trouble there.
Every year I watch Isaac and Ezra. Oh, that's going to be out of bounds. He did not cross over to the other side. So he'll be moving up to the blue tee pad, which is the drop zone. Every year I see them attack this with a backhand. I'm like, I just don't see it as a backhand hole, but obviously they make it work. Tony also blitzing this one on the backhand line.
Yeah, getting through everything clean. Not sure if he'll have a line at the basket, but this is the other fairway. Basically a straight shot looking down.
Putting the bricks
And
on.
Peter makes a nice recovery there. Should be able to tap in for that.
Yeah, the tree is helping him slow that disc down there at the end. Grady with the
I don't even know
berg.
what Grady's looking at right here.
He's got a straight gap around that
Oh,
vine.
okay. Oh, great touch.
Beautifully done. Stops it short of the ditch. Leaves himself about an 18-foot putt. Tony has got a steep hyzer if he wants to get to the basket. And he will.
Oh, yeah. Isaac taking the option to go around everything and not through as well.
Throwing the tie.
Gets through clean and...
Right in the ditch.
Oh, yeah.
Inside of 15. That was the anvil that he's throwing there.
Doesn't he have 2 of those, I
He
think?
does. Tony getting his second birdie. So Tony settling in with a birdie par birdie stretch right now. Nice to see.
Mm-hmm.
Grady 4 down through 7.
Peter able to save his par. And as Isaac typing in for his bird. All right, hole 8 is a par 3. It's only 280 feet, but this is a daunting gap to get out of. You have a tree right there on your left, another tree on your right that's really going to shape your shot coming out of the tee area. Then once you cross the road, you also have just a plethora of guardian trees before you get to the baskets. You'll have to sneak through those as well. Once you get to the green area, though, it's pretty wide open. This is playing right in the middle of the field at point -1.6 under par, right in the middle of the pack.
Is that Cenas again for Isaac? This is a pretty stable putter. So to see him kind of hyzer flipping it and expecting it to ride right's a little surprising, because that is generally a stable approach disc is what a lot of people use it for. Grady getting the kick.
Yeah.
Into the road.
Well, he kicks across the road. So.
Oh, okay.
Now that's the shot that you expect to see a lot.
Ooh.
Nice ground play, moving him closer to the basket and giving him an open look there.
Right at it. Just needs to
Peter
avoid
with a
that
nice
skinny one.
shot. Oh, yeah. Those Guardians doing their work.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so Grady, yeah, in the safe spot here on the sand.
Ooh.
That's okay.
That's all right. He should have been a little closer if he hadn't get that little kiss, but that kiss didn't hurt him too much. But if Paige finds out about that kiss, no, just joking.
Smart play there for
Peter
Peter.
with a nice upshot there, and Isaac. Ooh.
No. Oh no, CTE. That's how it happens. Tony for another birdie. Count it.
Yes.
That's the Tony we know
Clawing
and
his
love.
way back.
Yeah. We see plenty of that at our local tournaments and leagues. Tony battling back here now, just one over.
Grady with this for par. There's no doubt in my mind.
You see, both myself and Conrad kind of draped in some rain gear, the cameras as well. We were supposed to get pretty much rain the entirety of this day. And we're 8 holes in and it has yet to approach us.
Well, we've had a very slight drizzle that, like, under the canopy you can't even feel.
Back here at Tom Triplet Gold, hole 9. This will be the final hole of this front 9 here for the opening round. Par 4, 539 feet. Straight shot to get you to around this area here, and then a little bit of turn to set you up for your second shot. You can try to push the middle of the fairway here and get your look at a possible eagle, but this is one that the pros are looking to carve up two good shots, get themselves the birdie, and move on to the back half of this course where there's more scoring opportunities.
And this one does play as the easiest hole on the course for this round.
Tony gonna be right on the edge there. Should leave himself with a couple different options to try to approach for that second shot. This is that glory again for Isaac. Just needing it to get left. And then it does. Middle of the fairway.
Yeah. Grady says, oh no, but it's looking very clean. Oh,
okay.
That was the oh no. It came at the end. It was fine though.
Yeah, he kind of got away with it.
He's in the landing area. Yeah.
Oh.
That looks a little too straight.
Yeah, it needs to fade. Here it comes.
There it is. Okay.
Right behind Isaac. Right in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tony going a little touch flex forehand approach here on his second shot, putting him inside the circle. Chance to get another birdie here for Tony.
Grady with his touch as well.
That is that Berg that he loves to lean on for those little flex forehand approaches.
Yeah, we kind of see why this is playing as the easiest hole.
Yeah.
As long as you can get down the fairway, you're just looking at a basic upshot and tap in for a bird.
A little half eagle bid there for Isaac.
And there's another bird for Tony.
There you go, Tony, getting him back to even on the day after that rough start. Love seeing that. Settling in.
Grady with another bird.
Strong front nine.
I think we're going to do it.
We'll see. Don't want to jinx it. Got one more left. Let's see if the two-time...
He bogeyed that midi pickup, though. He bogeyed
did. World champion cleaning up the star frame there. Good way to close out the front half.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So like you said, we have Tony coming back with even, doing a little cleanup at the end. Peter 3 under, Grady's on a charge at 5 under, and Isaac is 3 under. Taking a look at the leaderboard, though, we have Hatcher Mason is 8 down through 8. He's on fire right now. We have a lot of people vying to be on the lead card for round 2 later today.
Yeah, still plenty of golf left here at the Savannah Open. 3 full rounds and a final 6. Opening round, still got the back 9 coming your way. Make sure to check us out on all of our socials at Ace Run Pro. Keep up to date with all of our latest content dropping throughout the entirety of this season. Get a big shout out to Infinite Disc as well as Latitude 64 for supporting this coverage. And of course, you can support this coverage yourself by becoming an Ace Runner over on patreon.com/AceRunPro. Big thank you to all of our Ace Runners that make coverage like this possible. Appreciate you guys tuning in for the 2025 Savannah Open. Come on back for the back 9 and let's see how this first round plays out here in Savannah. We'll see you there.